Time now for The Real Estate Connection with Stephen Theard, a realtor and certified probate and real estate specialist. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer or a seasoned investor looking to downsize, move up, or refinance, this program is for you.
Our house in the middle of our street.
From probate sales to landscape design to home repairs and maintenance, this is your weekly look into all things real estate. Now your host for The Real Estate Connection, Stephen Theard.
Hey everybody, welcome to The Real Estate Connection. Hey, I hope everybody had a fantastic Thanksgiving as we roll on forward into the Christmas season. I want to thank you for taking some time out of the busy time that we're all busy. All right, let's reset. Thank you for joining me. I hope you guys have had some, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedules during the holiday season as we get ready to celebrate Christmas and New Year's and any other holidays that I have failed to mention, Hanukkah and the other ones out there. A very happy Hanukkah and a very Merry Christmas to you all. Thank you for joining me here today on The Real Estate Connection. I appreciate your time, as I said. And in case you've forgotten, this program is sponsored by Good Patriot Realty, a salute to home ownership. If you have any questions relating to homes or the sales of homes, give me a call, 408-472-0817, your broadcast broker and host, Stephen Theard, at 408-472-0817. It's been a minute since I've been on the podcast. As you can tell, I'm a little bit rusty. I'm trying to get some of the cobwebs out as we get back onto the interwebs. So today's show, without any further ado, is: are you equity rich and cash poor and getting ready to sell your house in the springtime? If that is you, then this show is exactly where you need to be. So we're going to talk about, you're going to get a bonus, baby. You're going to get 2 for 1 today in today's podcast. We're going to talk about not only how to prepare your house for sale, but what to do if you're in this situation. And the reason we're talking about it is I've been recently talking to people that are trying to get ready to sell their house. They have a lot of equity, but for various different circumstances and reasons, they may not have all the cash they need in the bank to do those pesky home repairs that need to get done in order to get top dollar for your house. And so what do you do in that scenario? So we're going to go through one. What do you have to do? What do you need to do in order to get your home ready for sale in the spring? And I know there's a lot of people thinking about doing that. So even if you do have the money and you're not cash poor, this will be a good program for you to listen to. And if you are getting ready to sell in the spring and you don't have a lot of cash laying around and you still need to do all these things, these wonderful things in order to get your house sold for top dollar, especially in a market that seems to be a little bit slower and a little bit flatter, you always want to be outpacing your competition. Then you really, really want to take care of these items that we do in order to get a house for sale. So we're going to start from the exterior in and talk about curb appeal. So whenever you're getting a house ready for sale, you want your buyers to drive up to the front of the home and you want them to say, whoa, wow, look at that. The house is clean. The outside looks well manicured. It's landscaped nice, because in their mind, you're thinking about your parents driving up to the home after you buy it. You're thinking about your friends and your family driving up to the home after you buy it. And it's a representation of who you are, your house. And so you want it to present well on the exterior. So the checklist that we generally go through when we're talking about getting a house ready for sale is: if you have overgrown bushes that are blocking some of the architectural details of your house, you're going to want to cut them back. Since it is the winter and we can take advantage of the rain, if you do want to have a green lawn, then you can take advantage of the natural water that we're getting from the sky, as well as a little bit of your own sprinkler system. And then try to encourage the grass to grow. If you've got dry or dead spots, here's a good time to start early and put down some seed to fill in the bare areas of your lawn if you have a lawn. Other than that, you're going to want to generally clean up the exterior of your house. Cut back bushes. If there's weeds growing, pull those. And right before the house goes on the market, any bare spots where there's dirt, you're going to want to use the magic sauce that we call mulch and or tan bark, and put that over the bare spots of the home. And then maybe a week or two before the house goes on the market, plant some nice flowers, especially if it's going to be the springtime. People are coming out of the darker times of winter, where it's been rainy and cold and overcast and darker outside. And now we're moving into the newness of life in the springtime. And so those flowers really do a nice job. Then you're going to want to walk around the exterior of your home and see if there are any areas that require paint or repair to siding, especially the wood pieces around garage doors, your front door, your entry, the walkways, if there's moss, green stuff or brown stuff growing on the concrete, or if you have areas around the front door that need attention. Maybe there's some wood rot or some chips and nicks in the paint, or if the doors just become dirty over time. And you know how it is. You're living in your house every single day. You use it. You're used to it. And then all of a sudden you start looking at it from a perspective of, either I'm going to have a party, right? Because we all clean up before we have guests over. But ultimately, when you're selling your house, you're going to have a bunch of people coming through your house who don't know who you are. And you're asking, if you're in California, probably over $750,000 easily for a house, more like $1 million if you're up in the central parts of Santa Clara County, Blossom Valley, Almaden, Campbell, Willow Glen, and those parts of the world. You're asking over $1 million for your house. And in some places, the median price is $1.5 million or $2 million once you start getting up into higher square footages. So you're going to want to be able to present that entryway looking nice. So if the exterior has more areas that need paint than you can touch up, then you just bite the bullet. It's better just to paint the entire exterior, take care of the wood issues, the wood rot issues, especially for termite inspections. Because when the inspector comes in, he's going to be looking for dry rot in the wood because termites eat that. And it's not good for the exterior of the house. So then we work our way inside. And if you've got missing flooring, or you've got an animal in the house that's kind of wrecked the carpet, or we're in the middle of a remodel, or things are just dingy, run down, and dated, not because you're a dirty person. It's just we're all busy and we're working and we're running around trying to take care of our responsibilities with family. And you see it and you go, I need to do that. And then a week goes by, and then 2 weeks go by, and then a month. And next thing you know, boop, you're selling your house and you've got this laundry list of deferred maintenance or cleanup items that you need to take care of. So you may have to replace the carpet on the inside of your house. You may need to just be able to get it cleaned. If you have little ones or pets, and there's lots of scuff marks around the edges of the molding for doors or handles on doors, or just the paint hasn't been redone in maybe 10 years or so, and there's just nicks everywhere just from living, it may be time for a refresh on the inside of the house, and that includes paint. So if you're going to be painting the exterior, you might be winding up painting the interior. You might be wind up changing carpet out or finishing hardwood flooring projects, things of that nature. And so all these costs, all these things start to add up. And before the pandemic, carpet and paint wasn't too much of an expense in order for homeowners to get their houses ready for sale. And I'd say the average exterior home with a nice painter, given fair prices to paint the full exterior, is maybe $7,500, depending on how big your house was. And on the inside, it could be $7,500 as well, maybe even $5,000 if you had a smaller house and you're doing one single color. But because of the pandemic and because of supply chain issues and shortages of materials, the cost of paint has gone up, and the cost of fuel has gone up as well. So delivering those items, manufacturing those items, and getting them to the stores, overhead for retailers to hold the supply has gone up as well. And so it's just really hit the market hard. And so those prices have gone through the roof. And so what would have cost a homeowner maybe $10,000 or $15,000 as far as repainting a house can now be expected to be around maybe $20,000 to paint the interior and the exterior. And if we're talking about also doing carpet, you might be able to add on, another 3,500, 5,000, maybe $6,000 if you're doing a lot of flooring in the house. And then you have little small things like electrical issues where you want to cover face plates that may have been taken off in a small project and not put back on, or if you have mismatched plugs in the house, maybe you have the older beige colored ones, and you've replaced a few as you've lived there, and there's white, and so you have the white and the beige, and you want to go one color. It's going to cost some money to replace all of that, and you may have some older light fixtures in the house that might need to be replaced as well. And so a couple $100 here and a couple $100 there. Next thing you know, you've got $2,000 or $3,000 more of just miscellaneous items in order to get your house ready for sale. So you could be sitting on a ton of equity. You bought your house 25 years, 30 years ago. You're retired now, and maybe you've had some health issues, and you're looking to cash in all that equity because you're saying, hey, the economy is getting tighter and tighter because of inflation, and we're ready to go. We want to cash out this equity. We're gonna sell our house, and we're gonna move someplace else, buy a smaller home for cash, and then live off of the proceeds from the sale of our house. Except for you don't have a lot of savings because of what's been going on in the economy. It's kind of eaten into that, eroded it a little bit, and you're still wanting to get top dollar for your house. So how do you do it? Well, with Good Patriot Realty, a salute to home ownership, we do have programs, and we do work with contractors. There are contractors out there who will do the work up front and then get paid in escrow when the house closes sale. So in case you don't understand what escrow is, and that's basically the process of getting a house once you've accepted an offer on the sale of the house. It's the process of doing all the inspections, the loans, and the transfer of title, as well as the different contractual elements of the contract have to be satisfied. And when all of those are satisfied, then an independent third party called a title and escrow company will go ahead, once the funds are received from the buyer, transfer and create a new deed for the buyer, and then the new buyer is now the new owner, and then the seller gets the money. And so at that point, before the cash proceeds go out to the seller, the contractor gets a cut of the profit, which will satisfy them for doing the work to get your house ready for sale. So no money comes out of your pocket, and it still can get done. So if you have any questions about how that works and whether or not that sounds interesting or something for you, and you're sitting on a ton of equity, you're looking to sell your house in the spring because you're smart, you've been thinking, hey, the springtime's the best time to sell. That's when buyers are out hot and heavy. I want to be prepared. I'm sitting here, it's December, the first week of December, and how long is it going to take me to get my house ready? And I need to start thinking about these things ahead of time before the new year hits. And this is something that's been on your mind. Go ahead and give us a call. Stephen Theard at 408-472-0817. Again, Stephen Theard at 408-472-0817. With Good Patriot Realty, we can talk about your specific fact pattern and see if this is a solution that can work for you. Not everybody's in this position financially, but there is a solution. So there's hope out there. Because if you're thinking about, I'm going to do all the painting, I'm going to do all the repair, you'd be surprised. It can take a full day just to prep a house for paint, even when it's empty. And as a seller, you have other things that you're worried about. You're decluttering your house, you're pre-packing, you're trying to figure out where you're going to store all your extra stuff. If you don't have a replacement property to already go to, and think about financing the purchase of your next home, and then dealing with real estate contracts as far as listings are concerned, and talking to a service provider to do the work for you, and then working with your schedule and your abilities to get that done. It's just a ton. It's already a ton of stuff, plus paperwork you have to fill out in regards to getting your house ready for sale as well, because there's also a contractual component or disclosure component that goes along with selling a house. And it's just a lot. It's just a lot to be on a seller's head, on top of, you deciding that you're going to paint the interior, paint the exterior, maybe try to lay some carpet down by yourself and your friends. It's just a ton. And if you have a lot of equity, just spend some of it to get your house ready for sale, hire professionals, take that pressure off yourself, and have somebody else do it for you. And again, we're happy to help. We're happy to sit down and talk with you about your situation and provide guidance as far as how to get that done, and service providers that we can recommend who will actually go ahead and perform the work and then take payment at the close of escrow when you get your funds for the sale of your house. So if that sounds intriguing to you, give me a call, Stephen Theard with Good Patriot Realty at 408-472-0817. And for the legal people out there, California DRE number 017000019. So with that, it's a short broadcast today, a short podcast. We're going to leave you with this. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid. Do not be discouraged, for the Lord your God will be with you wherever you go. And with that, I would like to say, God bless you. God bless your family during this Christmas holiday and New Year's season. And let us know if you have any questions. We would be happy to help. Again, 408-472-0817. And we will talk to you later. Try not to stay too busy out there. Have a good time.
This has been The Real Estate Connection with Realtor and Certified Probate and Real Estate Specialist Stephen Theard. Licensed Cal BRE number 017000019. For more information on this program, visit realestateconnectionradio.com. To contact Stephen directly, call 408-472-0817 or email info@realestateconnectionradio.com. And be sure to tune in next week at this time for The Real Estate Connection.